There are some football players who make people start watching football, the kind of players who make fans fall in love with a team. In short, they are the reason football feels like happiness. But then, there are players who make people want to play football. When you see what they do on the pitch, something in you just wakes up. You're like, bro, I want to do that too. Whether it's their dribbling, their free kicks, or just their effortless ball control. Some players have something special that literally pulls you off the chair and onto the football field. And for most of us, one name on that list has to be Ronaldinho, a player considered one of the greatest in football history. That smile of his, it became an identity, one of the most loved players ever to play the game. But still, somehow, Ronaldinho became an example of what not to be. So how did one of the most loved footballers turn into a cautionary tale? That's what we'll find out today, as we talk about how good Ronaldinho really was. Before we move ahead, if you're a football fan like me, make sure you hit that subscribe button, bro, because if you haven't, then what kind of football fan are you really? And hey, smash that like button too. It's free anyway. Let's start from the beginning. Ronaldinho's real name actually isn't Ronaldinho. It's Ronaldo de Assis Moreira. Yeah, another Ronaldo. So before you start fighting over two Ronaldos, here comes the third one. Even before he became Ronaldinho, it was almost certain he'd be a footballer. He was born into a football family. His dad was a part-time football player, and his elder brother, Roberto de Assis, was a professional. When Ronaldinho was just 8, his brother Roberto signed for the Brazilian club Gremio. To keep him, the club even gave them a new house. But tragically, their father drowned in the pool of that very house while drunk. That's not a story I made up. That's reality. Around that same time, little Ronaldinho started making a name for himself in Brazilian youth tournaments. At just 8 years old, he was winning Best Player awards. He was usually the youngest in the team, which is how he got the name Ronaldinho, meaning Little Ronaldo. Another reason? Back then, there was already a famous Brazilian Ronaldo, Ronaldo Nazario. So to avoid confusion, our young Ronaldo became Ronaldinho. Since childhood, he was deeply into futsal, beach football, and street football, and because of that, his close control, dribbling, and creativity were next level. At age 13, everyone in Brazilian media knew his name, because he once helped his team win 23-0, scoring all 23 goals himself. After dominating youth tournaments, he finally made his senior debut for Gremio at 18. And one thing was clear right from the start. He was a big game player. In local derbies, in state championships, Ronaldinho showed up when it mattered most. In 3 seasons with Gremio, he played 125 games, scored 58 goals, and became famous not just for stats, but for his flair and style. His dribbling, his joy, it was unmatched. It was only a matter of time before Europe came calling. But his big break didn't come just from Gremio. It came through the Brazilian national team. He won the bronze ball at the FIFA U17 World Championship, then starred in the South American Youth Championship, and again in the FIFA World Youth Championship. By 1999, before Copa America even began, Ronaldinho had already earned his first senior cap. Brazil went on to win Copa America, and he even scored a goal. But he wasn't satisfied. He wanted to prove he was not just a bench player, but the main man. And he proved that in the 1999 FIFA Confederations Cup, scoring in every match except the final, winning both the Golden Boot and Golden Ball. Now Europe was ready. Top clubs wanted him, and Arsenal came closest to signing him. But, well, Arsenal being Arsenal, the deal collapsed because of a work permit issue. Then he was supposed to go to St. Mirren in Scotland. But that move also failed after he got caught in a fake passport scandal. Classic Brazilian chaos. Finally, in 2001, Ronaldinho signed for PSG for just 5 million euros. Imagine, you could get Ronaldinho for 5 million euros back then, and today you spend 100 million euros for Antony. Oh God. At PSG, his start was slow, not many appearances early on. But after the winter break, he got 4 consecutive starts against Monaco, Rennes, Lens, and Lorient, and scored in all 4. In his first PSG season, he played 40 games, scored 13, and assisted 7. Solid start, but soon, the Brazilian DNA kicked in. He began skipping training, partying too much, returning late from Brazil, and his coach started losing patience. Still, on the pitch, he was magic. Second season, 37 matches, 12 goals, 8 assists. And then came the 2002 World Cup. He played alongside Ronaldo and Rivaldo, the 3 Rs, and Brazil won it all. His long-range goal versus England in the quarterfinals? Iconic. After that, he returned to PSG thinking, "Bro, I'm bigger than this club." Soon, Barcelona and Manchester United entered the race. Real Madrid didn't sign him, reportedly because they thought he wasn't good-looking enough. Barcelona outbid everyone and signed him for €30 million. His first goal for Barca came in a midnight match against Sevilla. Yes, literally around 1:30 a.m., because he loved the nightlife. In that first season, he got injured halfway through. Barca fell to 12th, but when he returned, he led them back to finish second. In El Clasico, he assisted Xavi's winning goal, Barcelona's first Bernabeu win in 7 years. Players said Ronaldinho was the start of Barca's rise. Their captain Puyol even said, "Ronaldinho taught us how to smile again." In 2004 to 2005, Barcelona won La Liga. Ronaldinho was named FIFA World Player of the Year. Next season, he won the Ballon d'Or. He scored 26 goals, 24 assists. Barca won La Liga, Champions League, and Supercopa. And Ronaldinho was at his absolute peak. His 2 goals at the Bernabeu made the entire Real Madrid crowd stand up and applaud, a rare honor only shared with Diego Maradona. But after that peak came the downfall. His training habits got worse. He'd often skip sessions or show up drunk. Teammates like Eto'o even said he attended 8 out of 50 training sessions. He still performed sometimes, but the consistency was gone. Injuries piled up. By 2008, Barca saw him as a bad influence on young players, especially Messi. His form dropped and it was clear. Ronaldinho was past his prime. When it was time to leave, Manchester City offered him €10 million a year. But he chose AC Milan instead, for half that amount, hoping to revive his legacy. At Milan, he showed flashes of brilliance, but never the old magic. 36 games, 10 goals in the first season. Then 43 games, 15 goals, 19 assists next. Eventually, in 2011, he returned to Brazil, joined Flamengo, then a few other South American clubs. Everywhere he went, the same complaints followed. Late to training, partying all night, showing up drunk. Then came scandals, bankruptcy, and arrests, and that's how Ronaldinho became an example of what not to become. But maybe it's just something in the Brazilian DNA. Their passion for football often turns into a passion for nightlife, too. So what do you think about Ronaldinho? For me, he'll forever be one of the greatest players ever to touch a football. His joy, his magic, unmatched. Like and subscribe if you want more stories like this, and I'll see you guys next time.